All right, hey, what's up, guys? Coach Mac, Play Fast Football. Remember to check out some of our sponsors, MAXOne, which is an app that allows you to streamline organization, communication, workouts all into one platform, so it makes the life of a head coach a little bit easier when you can get things streamlined into one platform that you can use. Defensive Coordinator One, which is an in-game app, which somebody upstairs in the box is working the app. They are plugging in live in-game data so that you can make critical in-game adjustments based off of what teams are running, how they're doing it, which plays are they running, to what side, strong side, weak side, run, field boundary, to certain players, away certain players, what combinations in the passing game are they running out of one back, two back, match it up with what's actually being called in the game, with what you thought you were going to get, so that now you can match your calls up, down and distance personnel to get yourself in a better situation. All right, Difference USA, which is the ultimate striking machine. We have one in our weight room. You get reps on hand placement and striking, and you get your kids more reps with elbows in, thumbs up, proper hand placement, rolling hips. You don't need a partner. You don't need somebody to hold a shield, med ball. You don't need anybody else to hold anything. It goes right onto one of the racks in the weight room. They also have universal adjustments, so you can bring it out on the field, with you, and get thousands of reps at any position that might have to strike or punch, all right, with the Difference USA. All right, JustPlayFB is the digital software that we use to draw plays. If I go to clinics or webinars, or if I do anything along those lines, it's the software we use to diagram plays. It helps bring your program to the next level. It's got some game planning features, got a lot of things that you can do using it. I love it as a drawing and a diagram tool, so check out JustPlayFB. Game Strats, sideline replay system that we use. If you're looking for an affordable, reliable sideline replay system with a company that works with you and understands your issues and has great people running the company that understand what we go through as coaches. All right, I highly recommend GameStrat. And Dome Hats, all right, which is the major sponsor of Play Fast Football. They will be one of our major sponsors at the clinic in January 2020 that we're putting on in St. Augustine, Florida. This is our new Orange Park Dome hat that they did for us, so make sure you check out Dome Hats, custom quality hats, beanies, visors, local company here in Jacksonville, Florida, out by the beach, but they're doing work nationally. They want to get into every sport, every state, every staff. Everybody uses hats. Why not check out Dome? All right, so today we're going to do a little video after our Friday night game. All right, we opened up with county rival for us, 8A school. We're a 5A school. A game that is very good for us to have on the schedule because it's great for our gate. We hosted the game, had a great night as far as generating money at the gate. Good night generating money at the concession stand. Good start-off game for us because we see a team that's probably going to be one of the best on our schedule. Very talented, very well coached in all three phases, offense, defense, special teams. Good game for us last year. After we opened up at this game, we rolled off 4 or 5 wins, and this year we played it real tight up to halftime. We're losing 17-14 at halftime. Ran out of gas in the second half. They took advantage of some things in the second half where they had matchups where we had some guys going both ways. So they did a great job. Didn't come away with a win. Game got away from us in the second half, but we played well enough in the first half to understand that if we play like that against the rest of our schedule when it gets back to 5A in our district, we should be pretty good. Saw some things that we liked, and then we saw some things that we didn't like. One of the things I'm going to talk about that we didn't like is where we got situations on defense where we couldn't get off the field. All right, so on the first drive, first third down of the game, it's 3rd and 12. We win on 1st and 2nd down. Anybody that has been following the channel understands that I am not a guy that preaches 3rd down is the money down. All right, I'm a guy that preaches 1st down is the money down because if I can win on 1st down, I have a better chance of getting you into situations on 3rd down to help me get off the field. So although 3rd down is the actual down that you do or don't get off the field, what you do on 1st and 2nd down has a lot to do with that because your percentages will always go up or down, all right, based on the down and distance it is on 3rd down. Unfortunately, the other night, that did not work out for us, and what I'm going to talk about a little bit today is understanding the coverages that you're playing based on down and distance to understand the things that you're trying to take away in that coverage. So, first drive of the game, we got a team in 3rd and 12. We won 1st and 2nd down, did a really good job, got them in 3rd and 12, got to get off the field. We have two-way players. It's 90 degrees. Our skills are playing both ways. Had a chance to get them off the field 3 and out, which means that's less snaps for us. We didn't get it accomplished. They went on and in the same drive, they converted a 4th and 7, and on the same drive, they scored 7 points. So hats off to them for what they were able to do, but here's how it affected the game beyond just the score. It made those defensive kids stay on the field 8 or 9 snaps longer than they should have if we would have got off the field on 3rd down. So that's 8 or 9 more snaps they had to play. Then we had to turn around and play some of those kids on offense, so it hurts what we're doing from a conditioning, stamina, cramp issue. All right, let alone the fact that that drive ended up in a touchdown. If we could get off the field, they don't score points, but it's got a bigger effect than that. So on the first 3rd and 12, all right, we went to our version of a Tampa 2 coverage. All right, so on 3rd and 12, we're thinking routes that got to get to the sticks. We're thinking about taking speed off of the number 1 receivers with the corners, funneling those guys inside, jamming them so we can get some time to get to the quarterback, because we only rushed 3, all right, and we dropped 8 with a spy on the quarterback. So it was really a 4 under 3 deep type coverage in a Tampa 2 look, all right? But here's the problem. We didn't get a good funnel by the corner at number 1, all right? So we let number 1 get an inside release and then back to the sideline. Our safety didn't realize, all right, that when we're playing this version of Tampa 2 to 2-back, you will have help from the inside 3rd player on this number 2 receiver unless somebody from the backfield goes vertical, all right? If somebody from the backfield went vertical, then that free safety would take that vertical, but they chose to keep 7 in protection, which was smart on their part because we have a good defensive end. They had an injury up front at O-line, had a kid that's playing real young. All right, he's going to be a really good player. They chose to help keep backs in, double that kid. All right, so it was smart on their part. But they're only releasing 3 receivers in the route, so we kind of got, all right, we got an outside vertical here, and then we got kind of an inside vertical skinny, whatever you want to call it there. All right, and then I'm not even sure what we got on the backside. It was irrelevant at that point. All right, but the bottom line is the safety that's playing a deep half, it's 3rd and 12. They have to throw a ball 12 or further usually to get a first down. The deep half safety should be 14 to 16, backpedaling, breaking off everything that the quarterback does. You can read 2 to 1. You can play it however you want to play it. Bottom line is in high school, most quarterbacks that throw the ball down the field, ball's going to be in the air a long time. If you can just split 2 receivers in a pedal, keep everything in front of you, break on the ball, you'll have yourself a chance. So in this scenario, in 2-back, we had help to the middle vertical. We could have leaned on 1 a little bit more. But even if we just stayed in our pedal and broke on the ball, that ball was thrown 30 yards down the field. There's about a 25, 30-yard completion. Great ball by the quarterback, good catch by the receiver. But the bottom line is that throw from 7 yards to 8 yards deep in the pocket, 25 yards down the field, that ball is going to be in the air 35 yards at least traveling down the field, and then take the distance it is to the sideline. That ball's going to be in the air a long time. A half player should be able to break on that. All right, so when you're playing a coverage on 3rd down to get off the field, you got to understand the things that should and should not beat you. Okay, so when we're playing a kind of a 4 under 3 deep or a Tampa 2 deal like that, if we had some underneath spacing concepts that beat us, they caught a pass and broke a tackle and got a first down, that's a little bit different. All right, but these throws down the field, only releasing 3 receivers and no backs in the route, those 2 throws down the field should not happen. Happened because the corner did not impede number 1. All right, corner did not and jam funnel number 1. Safety did a bad job in his pedal and a bad job understanding where his help is. They made a great throw, good ball. Right, so we didn't play the coverage correctly. We didn't take away the things that the coverage should take away and make them do something else to beat that coverage. All right, we allowed them to do something that on paper that coverage should be able to handle, but you don't play the game on paper. Hats off to the QB for a great throw. Hats off to the receiver for a great catch. All right, good scheme, good play. Moving on, got into 4th and 7. Okay, same drive, we got into 4th and 7. So we decided, okay, first down, first time we were in 3rd and 12, that 2 deep look didn't work for us, so now let's try and play this in base. So we got into 2 read. All right, we got into 2 read now. All right, and then on the backside, we played our Hawk version, which meant, all right, this was going to be a man concept here. All right, this is going to be a man concept here. This was going to be an extra player here so that if we got routes down the field, he might be able to help us close the middle because they're really good at receiver and really good at quarterback. So we went to our regular coverage, our 2 read coverage. Now we got, all right, either vertical or post, I don't know which one, but we got that and we got the 10-yard out. No back in the flat, no stress, all right, on the safety pushing, nothing stressing this down safety. So this down safety should have been able to drop tight to 2, all right, and then he could expand a little bit because that throw, there's nothing else holding him. There's nothing pulling him up, all right? There's no back in the flat. This safety, once that vertical got past him, this safety drove it man, but this receiver and this quarterback they're too good of players. He can make that throw all day long, and this kid drives it, and we tackle it for a 9-yard gain, but it's first down on 4th and 7. Okay, so again, no back push, not a lot of stress on this safety. Got to do a better job of teaching the kid to drop tight to 2, and then just kind of expand a little bit. There's nothing else affecting you. Okay, no 3 there, so this drop should have been tight, so we could have took any digs or anything else coming back. Gave up the out throw, great throw by the quarterback, good route, good catch. 4th and 7, we don't get off the field. Okay, so that's understanding how you need to do things in coverage to get off the field. If we can't play the Tampa 2 version to take away, Tampa 2 would have took away this version of the out cut. He probably would have tried to throw the vertical again, but Tampa 2, the corner would have pressed, if he plays it right, press, funnel, sink, the out cut comes right to him. Well, we got beat on 3rd and 12, so I didn't call that. I went to base defense. We got beat, all right, in base defense on 4th and 7, so now, as a coach, you're having a hard time getting off the field because you don't know what to call. All right, so early downs like that when you can't get off the field kind of affects you as a coach, because I just played 2 different coverages on 3rd and 12, 4th and 7, couldn't get off the field. All right, so you got to understand with your kids got to understand what are they trying to do on those downs, what coverage are you in, and what routes are you trying to take away. All right, what things can you take away? I think if we coach them better and teach them better, I think this safety can help us take away that out cut, because there's no other route that is affecting him at all. There's no back push. They left the backs in to chip the ends, which was a smart idea. All right, we should have been able to handle that. And now we make that guy, or we force that guy to drive, the free safety to drive. Too good of a player here, too good of a player there. Couldn't get it done. Okay, now, in another instance, which, all right, we also had our robber coverage in, which is, okay, a man coverage for us. All right, it's a man underneath cut coverage, and where our safeties are going to be extra players, all right, in the passing game. And we end up where we're playing man underneath so we can be a little bit more aggressive underneath. Okay, and last week's game plan, instead of going 1 low, 1 high versus drop back pass, we turned this into 2-man. All right, because we knew their vertical game was real good, we knew their receivers were real good, we knew their quarterback was real good. So later on in the game, we play this coverage, and we get beat on this post ball here. So now we're in man under 2 deep, straight drop back pass, no play action, no RPO. My safeties are supposed to be playing off the half. I'm man under 2 deep, and I get beat on a deep ball to the post. All right, so what happens is, as a coordinator, all right, what ends up happening is now your calls, you don't know what to call anymore, because you got in a 3rd and 12 and you called a coverage that you thought would take something away, and they completed. You got away from that coverage, and on 4th and 7, you went back to base defense and they completed the ball that maybe the other coverage would have took away. Then you go to a coverage where you think you're not going to give up a deep ball because you're playing man under with 2 deep players, you give up the deep ball. So, all right, so at the end of the day, what you got to understand as a coach, you got to do a better job, all right, and we got to do a better job coaching the coverages to take away the things they're supposed to take away and make other things beat you. So when we're playing this robber coverage, man under 2 deep, if they go picks and meshes and underneath or spacing or things like that and get guys open because we're playing man, all right, later on in the game, they screened us in this coverage, all right, and did a good job blocking the screen. Our 2 extra players didn't do a good job reading the screen. Our Mike linebacker didn't do a good job reading it, so we got beat in the screen game when we were in man coverage. If you get beat by things that are supposed to beat that coverage, hats off to the offense, all right? As a defense, your goal is to not get beat by things that you're supposed to be taking away. And that's the one thing that we're going to talk to our kids about this week and re-emphasize with our kids this week is, hey, understand the down and distance, understand the call, know who you're playing. Don't get beat by things that you're trying to take away. Make them beat you with things that they have to do against the coverages you're playing. Okay, so again, always hats off to the opponent for a good game plan, well executed, quarterback, good player, receivers good, running backs are good players, the O-line played solid, hats off to them. Our work moving forward, how do we figure out how to get off the field by understanding what coverages we're playing, what should we not give up versus those coverage, why are you playing that coverage to take certain things away, and if you're playing a coverage to take something away, then you better not give up the thing you're trying to take away, otherwise you're dead in that coverage. Just play something else. So don't get beat by the things that you're trying to take away when you make a certain call. All right, so remember, First PlayFest football clinic is in January 24th, 25th, 26th, 2020. Already announced 4 of the speakers. All right, we've got Rick Darlington, Joey Wiles, we've got Randy McPherson from Lowndes in Georgia, and we've got Daryl Sutherland from Bartram Trail. Going to release 1 or 2 more speakers this week. All right, coming up, so we'll have 5 or 6 released. So remember to check it out at www.playfastfbclinic.com. All right, that's playfastfbclinic.com. Make sure you check it out. Embassy Suites, St. Augustine. I appreciate you guys for all that you do with the channel. Remember to comment, click the like button, subscribe button, notifications on so you know when we put out another video. All right, remember you won't play well till you play fast. See you guys next time.